It's week 1 in 2015. BYU trails Nebraska 28-27 with 1 second left. 4th and 3 at the Nebraska 42-yard line. Tanner Mangum is in at quarterback to attempt one last heave to the end zone. Pause. Before we watch, let's backtrack. Nebraska is nearly unbeatable in home openers. They're 1 second away from extending what is already an FBS record 29-game home opener win streak, a streak that goes all the way back to 1985. First-year head coach Mike Riley is leading the way for the Cornhuskers after controversy-filled Bo Pelini was fired at the conclusion of the regular season just 9 months earlier. Pelini led Nebraska to an impressive 8-1 record to start the 2014 season, climbing all the way to number 11 in the AP poll. But after losing 3 of their final 4 games, including a 59-24 dismantling by rival Wisconsin, athletic director Sean Eichhorst had seen enough. While Pelini got the boot, new coach Mike Riley has junior quarterback Tommy Armstrong Jr. returning with hopes of a big season ahead. And after all, it is Nebraska. No matter who's coaching or playing quarterback, they're a top 10 program of all time. For BYU, the last time they were on a football field, it was an ugly scene. To end the 2014 season, BYU got into a slight altercation in the Miami Beach Bowl, leaving 4 players suspended. Not to mention star running back Jamal Williams has withdrawn from school. All of that doesn't matter. Taysom Hill is returning and healthy. Hill suffered a fractured leg just 5 games into the 2014 season, but before that, he had BYU ranked 18th in the country and a perfect 4-0. He totaled 15 touchdowns in just 4.5 games last season. This is the year Taysom is supposed to take the country by storm. And the game starts with Taysom living up to the hype. He runs in one score, and then another. But on the second one, Taysom comes back limping. An innocent play. What could have happened? To start the next drive, in comes freshman Tanner Mangum. Who's this guy? Mangum's been back from his church mission in Chile for just 3 months. The Eagle Idaho true freshman was the 3rd-ranked quarterback in the 2012 recruiting class, but that was 2012, and Mangum hasn't played in an organized football game since then. Over 3 years off from the sport, and now he trots out to take over for Taysom Hill in front of 89,000 Husker faithful? I mean, the guy can barely get his helmet to fit over his head. Good thing it's football. Players limp off the field all the time and come back. And Taysom is a tough guy, so of course he'll come back in. Mangum fills in for Taysom and picks up 21 yards in just 3 plays. Job well done. Now it's time to hand it back over to the veteran. A foot sprain for Taysom is all. He can play through that. Taysom comes back and throws for a touchdown, now giving him 3 total scores on the day. He looks to be starting a career year. It turns out that foot injury may have been more than originally thought. After this run, Taysom is ruled out for the remainder of the game, leaving it up to the true freshman to try and end the longest home opener winning streak in the country. And this time, BYU is losing early in the 4th quarter. Mangum flashes a little bit of magic with a 4th and 1 heave to help BYU trim the lead to 1, but BYU still needs help. Nebraska has a chance to end the game on 3rd and 3 with 1.5 minutes left, but the Cougars get a stop. No problem. The Huskers will force the true freshman Mangum to march down for a touchdown in less than 50 seconds. Wait, Drew Brown pulls it far left. BYU just needs a field goal. But again, it's not Taysom Hill at quarterback. It's some kid named Tanner Mangum. A few runs, and BYU is down to the Nebraska 42-yard line. They haven't completed a pass all drive. 6 seconds left, and it's incomplete. Nebraska starts celebrating. But hold on for 1 more second. Then you're free to let it out with Husker Nation. Mike Riley calls timeout just to ensure everyone is ready. Let's track back to the big moment.
3-man rush. Mangum, all kinds of time. Steps into the throw, in the wind, down to the goal line, and caught! Touchdown, BYU!
Just to share things up, Mangum would do this once more a week later, this time knocking off 20th-ranked Boise State.
Flips it into the end zone. We've seen this before. Touchdown!